Afternoon, everyone. Today we will present internationalization strategy for the Briolf Group, focusing on Montana Color building a manufacturing plant in South Korea. South Korean creative and innovative culture is perfect for Montana to strengthen its global leadership in spray paint. To begin with, Montana Colors isn't just a spray paint maker. It's global icon of creativity. Montana stands for sustainability, premium quality, and art community. With over 90 distributors worldwide and exclusive manufacturing in Barcelona, Montana is already a leader in North America and Europe. Now it's time to bring this success to Asia. So the key question today is, how can Montana Colors overcome challenges and succeed in Asia?
After analyzing everything that we were giving, we decided that we want to go with objective number 1, which means establishing spray paint manufacture in South Korea. As you can see, it significantly stands out comparing to the other one and is estimated to be 9.5 out of 10 points based on our decision metrics. And why? Because it holds the key points in the things like deep understanding of the local market and culture, high demand for the creativity and customization, as well as long-term growth potential, especially with the government support. This makes objective number 1 not just a good numbers that we have here, it's actually a feasible strategy. Now, let's come down to the SWOT analysis and why South Korea is a good place to implement the strategy number 1. First of all, South Korea is ranked as the 6th biggest hub for the manufacturing in the world, with a proximity location to such important places like China and Japan. On top of this, the aerosol spray paint market is booming in South Korea and is estimated to reach $122 billion by 2031. On top of this, the free economic zones and the tax exemption offer such a sweet opportunity for our objective. So, of course, there are problems, there might be challenges such as high operating costs, strict environmental regulations, and high competitiveness. However, they all can be tackled, especially with the awareness about eco-friendly consumer behavior of the millennials and Gen Z. It helps us immediately. So here we see that objective number 1 is not just feasible, it's actually the best strategy for this market.
Now let's actually take a look at South Korea's spray paint market. So there is a barrier for new entrants due to high regulations, the high capital needs, but the DIY market offers niche opportunities. Now the bargaining power of suppliers is also moderate because many of the raw materials that is needed for production is being imported into South Korea. Many of them are coming from China, but some of the players in the Korean market are actually producing some of the materials in-house to reduce their reliance. The power of buyers is high because of the low switching costs and because of the constant demand for customization, which drives the competition even further. Now there are some alternatives in the market, so there are some traditional paints, there are chalks, there are powder coatings, etc. But still, the spray paints are excelling in versatility and convenience. When it comes to industry rivalry, it's intense because the market is already quite saturated, it is already quite mature. However, with niches like artistic paintings, the demand for DIY are offering for us opportunity to tap into.
Now on the board you can see the decision metrics for manufacturing a plant in South Korea. So we've analyzed 3 main options: acquisition, greenfield investment, and joint venture. So from our analysis, we estimated that joint venture will gain the highest score of 9.25 out of 10, with the great advantages in speed to market, risk mitigation, and market knowledge. So the joint venture will give us a strong alignment with our strategic objectives. So our entry strategy mode for Montana Colors proposal is start with a joint venture of 70% with a potential perspective for acquisition, since the company has a growth of inorganic, which means that the continuous acquisitions of different companies, we suggest to start with a joint venture. So why joint venture and not jumping straight into acquisition? So first of all, as we know the Korean market well, first of all, the Korean policies favor local entities offering the tax incentives and subsidies, making it extremely hard for foreigners to get access to. Secondly, Korean culture and regulations limit foreign ownerships, favoring local control and making it as a significant challenge as well in the acquisition. And additionally, in the joint venture, Montana Colors could be accelerated into market entry easily by leveraging the partners' infrastructure, networks, and cultural knowledge. And here, ladies and gentlemen, it's our proposal for joint venture partner, Chokwon Paint, a well-established South Korean manufacturer paint, specializing mostly in industrial coatings and paints, which has the two plants, one domestically located in Busan and the other one plant in Vietnam. So here are the examples, here are the reasons why Chokwon is an ideal joint venture for the Montana Colors. First of all, the company has the financial struggles, and which will open the great opportunities for partnerships, because in comparison to KCC, which is the leading company in the Korean market, they won't agree. So secondly, it's a strategic location for the Busan port, which will give us a great getaway for the Asian expansion as well. Nextly, diversification of Chokwon with more design and artistic products will expand beyond the industrial sector offerings of Chokwon. And lastly, the local knowledge and established networks will also give us a great competitive advantage for the market, and we feel like this is a win-win opportunity for both companies. Moving on, Chokwon financials, they've been struggling since 2020, having as of September 2024, the total debt is accumulated to be approximately 136 billion of Korean wons. On top of that, the sales growth has declined by 2.94%, and these factors make it a great opportunity, a favorable environment for Montana Colors to negotiate better terms, conditions, and valuation for assets as well. So, next slide, please. For the financial plan, it's important to note that if we will go with the joint venture of 70%, we will not take over the total debts and liabilities of Chokwon. So our estimate, the real estimate, would be $200 million for 70% of stake for joint venture with Chokwon. On top of that, we have the operating costs, which will include labor costs, raw materials, utilities, maintenance and remains, and of course marketing and distribution, which will range approximately from 10 million to 14 million. So for the projected revenue, we would like to say that the break-even point will happen within 5 to 7 years. Yes.
To manage operations effectively, we recommend to prioritize inclusivity, integration, and collaboration. Start with cultural integration through cross-cultural training and language support. Then mixed leadership will combine Korean hierarchy and with expertise. Workplace synergy will come from creative spaces that represents Montana's artistic ethos. Communication will be streamlined through Kakao Talk, supporting both languages, and flexible HR policies such as recognizing Chuseok and Nameose holidays will support inclusivity. However, Montana may face some challenges in HR. First of all is, of course, huge competition for the talent, with many people preferring work on stable jobs in conglomerates like Samsung and Hyundai. Also, Montana's niche is not that well known, and employment permit system make it harder to hire foreign labor without approving labor shortages. And employees may also need some upskilling to meet Montana standards. To overcome these challenges, we offer to partner with top STEM universities in Korea, like KAIST, to attract local talents. Also, in employment permit system, they can access pre-approved foreign workers. And to ensure really skilled and strong workforce, Montana should offer a really competitive salary around $50,000 a year with essential and additional benefits. And finally, building a Montana Korean Academy will provide hands-on training experience for creative workforce.
Okay, let's right now talk how Montana is going to enter Korean market. So to boost it up, we don't think to just enter the market. We thinking to create a trend for Montana colors in South Korea. How we can establish it is first of all creating a digital campaigns in UGC. So we can launch a spray your style challenges among social medias like Instagram and TikTok that will allow people to unleash themselves and show how they can customize the things around. On top of it, we're planning to open up a bunch of pop-up stores in the popular and vibrant areas of Seoul, such as Hongdae and Seongsu, with the DIY workshops and exclusive showcases that are gonna help people to get to know more about the company and get introduced better to the usage of the products. As well as, we all focus on DIY and eco-friendly. It really aligns with the trends in South Korea, that growing right now about eco-friendly stuff and sustainability. Next slide. Okay, on top of this, we are planning to create collaborations. Collaborations will help us to establish a lot of connections and a good presence in South Korean market. First of all, it's brand collaborations with such brands like Nike will help us to make connection and recognition and also more specified products. On top of this, we want to engage with local artists like graffiti artists, tattoo artists, and local communities in events will help us to establish a good networking. And who lives in Korea knows networking is the key. As well as the best thing is a K-pop set designs. Everyone who watched the K-pop video clips, that's crazy. That's extremely nice thing for us to do to enter this thing as well.
Now, of course, operating in an industry like this one, there are many legal compliances, and then we have process safety management, which requires facilities like yours to submit safety reports to prevent any industrial accidents. We have Environmental Impact Assessment Acts, which is making sure that there's only minimal environmental impacts of such activities. We have K-REACH, which is simplifying and make it easier to register their chemical processes while still ensuring the public safety. We have Employment Permit System, which is protecting the rights of foreign workers, and OSHA Workplace Safety, which is enforcing safety measures and training for this industry. And now, of course, there are always risks in businesses. So due to cultural and operational differences, there is a possibility of integration challenges. However, by developing a joint governance structure with clear roles and responsibilities, through this one, we are aiming for operational excellence. Now, we also know that in Chokwan's facilities, the standard, it might be different from Montana's one. So in order to prevent this, we are implementing Montana's quality assurance standard across all of the Chokwan's facilities and during the audits to make sure that we are maintaining the standard, the quality, and the brand reputation. And there might be some fluctuations in the demand and in the key markets. However, by leveraging and by doing an in-depth market research, by leveraging Chokwan's local network and their expertise and adapting to emerging consumer trends, we are mitigating this risk as well. Now, we are doing this joint venture. We are combining both innovation from Montana's and the local expertise of Chokwan's, and by doing this, we are positioning Montana Colors as the leader in South Korea's creative market, becoming the go-to brand for creatives and companies. Thank you. Spray your success.